Ethan Ralph. I've been fucking around avoiding the subject, but here we are, talking about the big guy himself. Ethan Ralph started the year off very promisingly. He pled no contest to a sex offense in Virginia. The charges that he had illegally shared pornography were dropped against him in 2021 and brought back up towards the end. And in January of 2022, expecting a conviction, he was actually offered a last second plea deal, which would allow him to plead nolo contendere, meaning that he does not plead guilt, but says that the state has enough evidence against him to secure a conviction for the crime of a sex offense against Faith Vickers, his ex-girlfriend and mother of his child, which he celebrated by getting into the car with what's her face, May, and it was like, it was God's plan, God's plan, God's plan. And it was this black music playing about burn, 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 like really heavy bass, and like, God's plan. I told you, you can't abort the retort. No, God, burn, burn, burn. Black music in the background. Literally celebrating the fact that that he beat the charge, because he literally pled guilty to a sex offense and is now a convicted sex offender. I don't know if he's on a registry. I don't think so, but he is now a convicted sex offender. And he's just celebrating that he didn't go to jail for it. And he's as happy as a pig in shit. What can I say? So that's how he started off the year. And then immediately after this, he had he decided, I'm on such a winning streak, I'm gonna go to Portugal. That Andy Warski on that Queermo casino bullshit, fuck that. I'm gonna go to Portugal, where he's always wanted to go but never had the money. I'm gonna have the time of my life with my beautiful perma fiance back at home taking care of the baby. Well, actually, she was pregnant at the time, so she can just stay back and stay out of my fucking way while I go fuck some whores in Portugal. Then he flies to Portugal, and lo and behold, somehow he gets his ass completely fucking kicked. Now, I had warned him in 2021, Ralph, do not go to a foreign country. You are not built for a foreign country. You are built for America, where nothing ever happens and the police intervene to stop retards from you like getting killed. But in foreign countries, they don't do that, and they let you get your ass kicked because you'll deserve it. He ends up going to Portugal. He ends up getting his ass kicked. He says his actual story was that he fended off 4 people of Moroccan persuasion who were robbing him for... It almost sounds like I'm making shit up. He goes to Portugal for no fucking reason. The easiest thing ever. Take a vacation in Portugal to show a guy that you're richer than him. Somehow manages to get beat up. Says that it was Moroccans. And then says that they were stealing his Louis Vuitton man purse because he bought a $500 man purse in Las Vegas like a fucking retard. And the Moroccans took his man purse. It's just unbelievable that this is even like a thing. Because, like, when I remember a reporter talked to me once years ago about Deagle Nation, and I was telling him about Deagle Nation and how they had sent people to Israel to assassinate Benjamin Netanyahu with a crossbow made out of paper clips. And he's listening to this, and he's just like, "This is fucking bullshit. This seems as retarded as that." And yet, it's not fiction this time. It's actually the real life of Ethan Ralph. And so literally his skull is cracked. His eyes are all fucking googly eyed now. He wears sunglasses 24/7, even inside, even while filming, because he looks like I don't know how else to explain it. He's got googly eyes, like he's got brain damage, because he does. And then in May, he decides that he's going back to Portugal because the first time scuffed it a little bit. Little bit of an oopsie doodle. Scuffs the Portugal trip, but not one to be deterred. He decides to fly out to Portugal again, where two North Footy Club members of England fly out to Portugal to kick his ass live on stream. And this is a picture of Ethan Ralph getting his ass kicked the second time, 2 out of 2 in Portugal. He has not returned to Lisbon since. I guess he has given up on the idea of conquering the nation of Portugal. It seems like it's just a bad place for him. he has a different gay man baby purse this time. There's just something about him when he's like on the ground like this that just inspires like hatred and contempt for him. He just looks like a fat gay baby with this stupid ass fucking purse, and it's so hard to feel bad for him. And people try to give me shit for this, by the way, and say like, Josh, 2 people fly out to another country to kick someone's ass. That's like a-logging. That's like against your rules. That's like you would like you're just a hypocrite because you would never condone this if it was somebody else. Like, no, number one, let's lay out the facts here. Cognitive Thought, who got his friend to kick Ralph's ass, does not have a forum account. So this is not like someone on the forum wanted attention from the forum, so he flew out to a local's house and beat their ass. That's not what happened. Number 2, Ethan Ralph had been running his fucking mouth about this guy and his wife and I think his kids even. And then he tells his mate in the pub while eating fish and chips about this fucking asshole. And he's just like, oh, if he's in Portugal, that's like a $50 plane ticket. Let's just go over there and kick his ass. And he's like, wow, mate, really? You do that for me? And he's like, of course, mate, I would. So they fly out and they kick his ass exactly like that. And it's like, it's hard for me to say that it's like the Star Trek rules. You can't intervene with the past or with non-spacefaring civilizations. I did not cause this. Nobody on my forum did this for gratification on the forum. This is simply nature. This is the natural outcome of Ethan Ralph's own actions, and therefore it is funny. And I laughed. And I told him so. I told him not to go to Portugal. Ethan Ralph is in Mexico. He's in southern Mexico on the western coast in the mountains, literally hiding because he's being sued by the grandfather of his child, dodging child support payments. And there is someone in Maryland looking to service him for the medical damages that he has incurred because he had a serious incident where he ran a red light and was T-boned. And the person in the other car has medical complications as a result of Ethan Ralph's horrific fucking driving, which should have landed him in jail. He took community service or some shit for like his 65. Oh, it was dismissed. He did community service in like preparation for his trial. And then I think they dismissed that charge. He was going like 65 into 30 for like the 8th fucking time. And they just like, well, we don't want to put people in jail because it's like the jails are overcrowded. And then he runs a red light and gets T-boned and causes pain and misery everywhere he goes. So there's Ethan Ralph living in Mexico in a shack with his horse fiance, who he will never, ever be married to. I guess raising his daughter as a Mexican and trying to desperately trying to suck a dick, Nick's dick, to get this to happen in real life. This man, there is no debauched thing that Ethan Ralph would not do to get Kanye West on the kill string. There is literally no depraved act that Ethan Ralph would not do to himself for the amusement of Nicholas J. Fuentes to get Kanye West sitting next to him talking on the kill stream. So that's his life now, living in a Mexican shanty, raising his daughter Mexican, dodging child support, dodging servicing in the U.S., and desperately trying to suck a dick to get Kanye West on his program. And in 2023, I predict, lock it in, Ethan Ralph will be dead. I feel in my bones, Ethan Ralph will not survive 2023. He will be dead. That's my prediction. Very, very, very sad to hear that Ethan Ralph will not survive 2023. But I what can I say? I feel it in my bones, and I have to say it as I feel it. Okay, Jim will outlive Ralph. That's a good prediction right there. I can believe that. And what can I say? I feel it. I feel it.
Oh, guess what just came on the radio? It was God's plan. God's plan. Ah!
God's plan. I hold back sometimes.